All right, so we are in studio with Nick Howard. Hello.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for stopping by, because I know you have a tour that starts up in like 2 days, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
touring with Eric Hutchinson.
Correct. Yeah, friend of the station, of course.
Yeah, we love him. And how did you guys even meet? How did this come about?
That is a good question. You know, I've known Eric for about 4 years now, and he was touring about 4 years ago with an artist called Tristan Prettyman, and they were going on tour. And I was like, man, I would love to open on that. So I tweeted him.
Oh my God, really?
And and I said, I would love to open for you. Here's a little bit about me. You know, I toured
and he saw it?
Yeah, he saw it. He forwarded it to his manager, and then I ended up opening for them on that tour, and we've become good friends ever
That
since.
is so cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. And he's opened for me in Europe, where I have a good fan base over there.
Yeah.
He played my festival over there that I run, and I've toured with him a bunch here, so I'm excited.
You never know, too, when you post something online, if it's just going to go into the ether.
Right.
Especially with tweets. Like, you always hope people see them, but you never know. Like, how excited you get when someone either retweets you, or do you have the blue check mark yet? Well, I don't have.
Yeah,
oh my God, how exciting.
Yeah, it was a big
banner day.
In my life. Yeah, exactly. I think people just take you a little more seriously when you have the blue check mark.
They do.
You've got like an actual chance of something.
Yeah, you're like, I'm a real person.
Yeah, exactly.
The check mark proves it.
As I always say, it makes you say, I'm not crazy, which is definitely what you shouldn't say when you're trying to.
I would do that.
Sound like you're not crazy.
No, we believe you. So you're on tour with Eric Hutchinson, obviously born in the UK,
right,
lived in New York some time, going on tour soon. I know you have a beautiful song, Our Time, that you're going to be playing in a little bit. It makes me want to hug someone when I listen to it. I'm like, I just got to stop being so dramatic and just love people more.
That's really nice. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I wrote it. It's a reminder to everybody that, we need to be kinder to one another.
Yeah. Well, it's just hard. And you mentioned, I've watched some of your interviews, how it's just so hard to get out of the mess of life, whether it's something you read or politics or everything.
Exactly.
Sometimes we have to make an effort to you probably had to make an effort to sit down and like, how can I channel something positive into the world?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there's so much negativity that's kind of just like shoved in our face all the time. And you would think that everybody is just so mean. But actually, really, I think people at heart are good people. And music is this great reminder of that. And it's a great unifier. And when I play a concert or I listen to music or I see people listening to music, everybody kind of forgets about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And we act like more human than ever. And so I just thought, I'll write a song about that and see where it goes. And here we are.
Well, that's nice though, because you're channeling some kind of, I'm such a hippie. Like I'm like, you're channeling energy that you feel and you experience and hopefully can pass down in this song. I think that's awesome to do that.
That's what songwriting is. It's like therapy for the writer and then hopefully for people that listen to it.
Yeah.
That's what music is for me anyway.
Can I ask how you learned German?
Yeah.
Were you, because I've watched interviews and I'm like, oh my God, he speaks fluent German. You won, was it The Voice in Germany?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
How did this come about?
Yeah, music just takes you on these wacky adventures, and it's it'll present all these doors, and then if you're crazy enough like me, you'll walk through them and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I was building a fan base in Europe. I was touring a ton, and Germany was one of my better markets, and I was spending a lot of time there. And the show asked me if I want to be on as a contestant, and I said, yeah, that'd be great. And they said, you have to learn German to communicate, though. And I said, well, that's a little bit of a small print kind of thing, but I'll give it a good shot.
So you didn't speak it at all?
No, I mean, I'd been there. I was pretty much living there at that point, but I didn't speak it at all, and so I did my best.
How did you do that? Did you hire like a tutor, or?
I did a combination of everything. I used Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
And then I actually became a spokesperson for them at the end of it.
No way!
Because they were so impressed.
That's a hard language to pick up if it's not your
easy.
native.
But we all learn languages in school and we forget them like the next day.
Right.
You don't need to use them at the time, but if you're immersed in a place and in the culture, and you're at that point, I felt like my career depended on me doing this.
Right.
So really intent, to learn it. And it was, there was definitely some laughable moments. I'm sure the public were kind of, I probably got a lot of sympathy votes. But
you know what though? I bet you got votes also because like it's nice to see someone try and genuinely want to learn. Like Americans, we are so lazy with language. We don't have to learn. It's embarrassing. Like conversational Spanish, that's embarrassing. Yeah. But in Europe, especially with it's 3 languages is the norm.
Right.
So to take it, even if you didn't learn it in school, to just do it on your own, like that's so impressive.
Yeah, it's really when you go into like because Britain is kind of the same as here. We sort of just like when we're abroad, we speak like English but louder at points.
right.
And I hope that it works out. But if people in like Switzerland speak like 4 languages by default because they have to because they're surrounded by countries. So it's kind of impressive. But well, once I kind of got going, it was enjoyable and able.
That's really, really neat.
So yeah, I felt conversational.
Because they always say UK artist, or and I just think that's so cool that I don't know. I think it's neat that you can talk to millions of people now that you wouldn't have been able to speak to because of your desire to learn.
I played in front of 1 million people once on New Year's Eve a few years ago in Berlin, so it was good.
Really?
Yeah, quite literally, yeah.
Oh my God.
Very fun. Yeah.
Do you have like a memory of your favorite gig so far, or your worst gig?
Oh man, I've had so many bad ones.
Or like places you wouldn't even expect to perform.
Yeah, playing to 1 million people was just
amazing.
Yeah, that was in front of the Brandenburg Gate. It's so much history, and it was just like you can never repeat that,
right?
Unless they have me back. But I think the first headlining show that I sold out in New York a few years ago was really special to me because I lived in New York for a long time and was building my career, and then anytime you can kind of have a sellout, it's like a big moment, and so I remember that distinctly.
Yeah. Also, that's very brave to move to New York. New York is so fast paced.
Yeah, it is, but it's not that slow here in San Francisco. So
no, it's not. It's a different beast out here. We're very tech dominated. Yeah. Everyone's on their phone. Everyone's checking email all the time. It actually drives me nuts. Yeah. I feel the need to go on a hike and just turn my phone off all the time.
You can do quite easily by just driving.
You can.
20 minutes in any direction.
And the weather's really nice right now. We have had every single day since January rain until 2 days ago. So
that's crazy.
It's so nice that it's
British.
Nice now.
Yeah.
Huh? You're British.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it's like back home?
It's drizzly a lot, we would say. But I'm from a town called Brighton, which is on the south coast of England, and it reminds me of San Francisco a lot. It's not as big as crazy as here, but it has a lot of the same values.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a great inclusive city, and it really. So whenever I'm out here, I feel like kind of at home.
Yeah.
I like it out here.
What about your family? Is your family do they miss you? Do you talk to them often?
I hope they'd say they miss me. Yeah, but yeah, I have a very supportive family. I've always have done. They're very encouraging, and it's really tough being on the road, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But,
do you have siblings?
I do. Yeah, my sister lives in New York too, which is
okay.
Nice.
That's
so
nice.
My family is kind of now split between the US and the UK pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's nice, and I get back. I play in Europe so much that I see that side of the fam, and. Yeah, so you got to have a supportive family if you're going to do something crazy like this.
Yeah. Well, I guess thank God there's FaceTime.
Exactly. That helps. Although something doesn't make it worse because you feel so close. Oh
my God, I hate FaceTime. It's helpful, but I don't want to look at myself. I can't. I just feel like I need to prop it a certain way and make it all
Well, when you turn it on initially, it's like the worst angle. You're like, I don't look like that.
I know the low angle. Yeah, exactly. I was just telling my friend, I'm like, I can't. The people who take pictures of themselves from under the chin just to prove how bad they look are so brave to me. I could never even do that.
Do you know the comedian Ricky Gervais?
Yeah.
Right, so he takes these pictures of himself in the bathtub.
Does he?
On purpose from the worst. Have you seen those from the worst angle? On his belly looking up, and it makes me laugh.
That's brave of him too.
Yeah.
Damn.
He does not care.
Do you do comedy at all or no?
I don't know. Am I funny?
Yeah.
I would love.
I could see it. That's why I was like, I could see him on stage.
I think if you're a singer-songwriter, if you don't have some kind of good comedy routine down, you're not going to have a very long career. So because it's often we're solo on stage. And so you have to kind of fill in the time with jokes. And I think.
Do you have time while you're performing in between songs to just kind of talk to the audience, riff with them?
Absolutely, yeah. That's, I think that's part of the show. I think people really like that as well. It's if I go and see a show, I want to hear the artist talk about it a little bit.
Oh my goodness! And, he's just showing me the Ricky Gervais with the.
I told you.
Wow! That's real.
It's so funny.
That was taken under the stomach near the goods. Near the goods.
It's gonna image in my head now.
That's offensive.
What were we saying? Oh right. So if I go and see a show, I love it when the artist will talk about the city they're in or say it's a funny story,
Yeah.
And so I try and always put myself in the position of a fan when I'm playing. What would I like to see at the show?
I like when people share.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes they just get straight to the music, which is fine, but it's more personal when you can share.
Absolutely.
About your day and your whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. People want to know that, there's some stories behind the...
Well, yeah, and there's a real person, Yeah. Are you excited about your tour with Eric?
Yeah, super excited. He, as I said, we're really good friends, so it's more like hanging out with a buddy for a few weeks, It's...
Do you live in Nashville now, though? Did you see what Pink just did?
What did she do?
Pink,
she played at Tootsie's.
She played at Tootsie's. Amazing. So, Pink played the arena, but then decided, you know what? I'm going to walk across the street to this bar and just sing. Janis Joplin. Amazing.
I don't think there's a cooler pop artist than Pink.
I know.
Pretty amazing.
What a great place for you to live, by the way.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, Nashville. I've been going there for quite a few years and recorded records down there, and it's changed so much in the last few years, you know. And so when you come from, I moved there from New York, it's just exciting. And my wonderful band who you're going to hear sing in a minute, they're from there as well. And so we create a lot of music together, we write and
how fun.
and record. It's just a great
I just went for the first time last year.
Oh, you did?
I went for my birthday because I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was enamored. Enamored. Yeah, the music culture is it's a real culture, and people live, eat, breathe it, and there's so much history, and I just was like really impressed.
Yeah.
If you want to get drunk, that can happen any time of day, pretty much. You know,
never been drunk. No, it's a great town, and like
the food is amazing. How do you not? I mean, I would weigh 500 pounds. It's so hard.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm trying very hard not to, but it's the food's amazing, and you know, there's a huge respect for the music industry down there. So I read it recently, like it's like the only city in the world that views music as a real job, which I thought was kind of
that's nice.
Yeah, kind of.
And don't they have something with paparazzi? Like they do. It's just a different culture. You can't.
Yeah, people are quite respectful.
They're very respectful, which is nice. Yeah, exactly. So opposite out
but
here.
If there are any paparazzi out there that want to take a photo of me, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
He's giving you the green light.
Yeah. I don't even think TMZ.
Please tag him as well.
Yeah, exactly.
TMZ hasn't been to Nashville. What's their problem? They got to get into it. If you have time, I don't know if you've been, but about 2 hours north, there's a waterfall called Cummins Falls. It was life-changing.
Really?
Life-changing. It's just, I don't know. I'm obsessed with it.
That's
so
cool. Yeah,
for your summer activities, because it is humid as balls in Nashville.
It is humid as balls. Oh. For sure. And I have some, though, I know.
You felt that sweat.
Exactly, yeah. It is so humid. So we try and travel elsewhere during that period.
You should. Yeah. All right, so we're going to hear your new song, Our Time, in a second. But really quick, if people want to catch up with you online, is there a specific social media you like, or just kind of all of them?
Pick your preference, people. Nick Howard Music is the tag at all of them. So Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, I'm just Nick Howard Music. And for those of you still using MySpace, it's just Nick Howard.
MySpace.
I managed to get that one back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, enjoy your tour as well with Eric Hutchinson, and congratulations on all the things that are happening right now.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.